A lot of changes. And some cold weather, maybe? I don't know.
Well, yeah, for now. We got cold weather going for the next week or so. So pretty chilly week. I would plan for kind of cold weather type outfits. We do make it to the 60s on Wednesday, but then we have another cool down coming in. So Monday and Tuesday, we've been talking about a freeze north shore, not a hard freeze, no kind of pipe concerns anywhere in our area, but we are expecting temperatures to just barely brush the freezing mark both tomorrow morning and Tuesday north of the lake. As I said, we warm up a little bit on Wednesday, but then boom, a big chill comes right back on Thursday. And then weekend rain at least looks like a possibility. However, it is far from certain because the big global models are really showing different solutions for what might happen this weekend. I'll talk more about that in a second, but I was showing you that we had our front yesterday that passed through. Here's another front that's dissipating as it moves in. But as we wake up tomorrow morning, it's going to provide just another little push of some cooler air. So cold mornings Monday and Tuesday, chilly afternoons. Surface high pressure builds in behind that front and then it shifts to the east. Once it does that, we start to see east and southeast winds circulating around that high. And that's our formula for warming up. So heading into Wednesday, we're in the 60s. However, this is coming behind. We're getting a couple of fronts approaching already during the day Wednesday, more so Wednesday night and into Thursday. And then Friday morning, we will feel the effects. And Friday morning looks just as cold as tomorrow and Tuesday, maybe even a little bit colder by a couple degrees, especially north of the lake. Pretty look tonight. We've had a beautiful day. I loved today's feel. We had wind, we had sunshine, high clouds. It was chilly though. We stayed in the 50s, but topped out at 62 for a lot of spots around here this afternoon. Temperatures now are in the 40s or 50s. Our winds still breezy from the north, especially along the south shore of Lake Pontchartrain and around Belle Chase. We have some 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts still tonight on the lakefront. But as that front kind of weakens and moves in, we're not really looking for a whole lot of wind for tomorrow. But tonight, still up to 15+ mile-per-hour winds, right around freezing north of the lake and about 40 south if you're away from the city. Home at Thibodaux, you may scrape the upper 30s, but not looking for even frost or a freeze anywhere south. But north, you will be right there in the freeze range. So protect plants if you'd like to tonight and tomorrow night north of the lake, south of the lake and away from the North Shore. You're just looking for people and pets that need to stay warm overnight. Tomorrow, temperatures around 55 for the high, mostly sunny conditions. As we look at our planner for tomorrow, you can see mostly sunny to partly cloudy, spending the afternoon in the 50s. Looks cooler than today, but less wind. And then as we move into Wednesday, we warm up to mid-60s. We get some clouds and some models want to paint in a couple of tiny showers. I just threw in a 10% rain chance. I don't think we're going to see a lot, but there is at least a low chance for a few sprinkles. Then we get a big cool down on Thursday. So we're starting off again, frost range north, 40 or so south for Thursday morning. And Thursday afternoon, we may stay in the 40s and not even make it to 50s, which doesn't happen all that often here. It does happen in the winter, but that's a pretty chilly day in New Orleans with a north wind. And then Friday morning, we may brush the upper 20s or about 30 north. Still a light freeze expected, not a hard freeze. And then south of the lake, we may get into the upper 30s. Highs Friday in the 50s. I was talking about this weekend. The GFS has rain moving in Saturday, kind of similar to what we just saw yesterday, and then a cool down Sunday. The Euro does not want to do that. It wants to keep everything kind of quiet and dry and actually warm us up a little bit on Sunday. So we will see. We need to see those differences go away in the next couple of days. We'll keep you updated, of course, as we get a better idea, but certainly plan for a pretty chilly feel most days and especially nights and mornings this week.